Hey, grace and peace, everybody. I'm going to play this whilst people are coming in. We're going to talk about a couple of things, but the main topic today is it's the claim of Hebrew Israelites that Hebrew Israelites are making. Is there any validity to those claims? Is all of it nonsense? We have to, and this is based on, shout out to Elder Harry. I'm saying folk name, I don't care. They already know I'm ignorant. I was talking to one of my elders from a few 5 years ago that came on that was on the scene. He was already with us in Sunday seminary. Then we started going live after Sister E came on. Y'all already know this Israelites that I rock with. I know you church folk don't like it, but we don't have to talk today. He asked me some questions. I'm going to ask y'all some questions. He asked me, listen, since you've been doing this all these years, I had a YouTube channel for 8 years, at least 5 years, I've been having a lot of Hebrew Israelite discussions. We've had everybody that's come through, everybody that's been through, everybody that's somebody in urban apologetics, everybody that's somebody in that's what we would call a moderate Israelites. The camp said the vocab, shout out to Skari and them. They was like, listen, if we don't have it on a neutral platform, we're going to have it on Berean TV. 4,400 people live. Now, you can say what you want. They think Berean is fair. I know you church folk don't like it. When I opened up the back door and I was doing what I was doing, y'all, a lot of you church folk ain't understand it. You said he dealing with them. We can't have no dealings with Berean TV. But you church folk, I got to ask y'all some questions. I ain't worried about the Israelites right now. It's a couple of them I ride with. We got an Israelite pastor. Shout out to Elder Green, Fervent Charity, J. Jack's Red Letter. Y'all might be offended. And I know Wiggins went to heaven. Shout out to Ella Wiggins. Born again Israelites over there on that channel. You can say what you want to some Israelites. Y'all ain't going to put every Israelite in hell. I'm not going to let y'all do it. Y'all got to explain some stuff to me. So, dealing with the history. Damon Richardson came through here. We played this video. He jumped on. Even after we beefed it, he jumped on. Yo, come get the microphone. It ain't nothing. He clicked on the link. So I'm asking y'all a question. From what we've heard, that's all I'm asking. From what we've heard, is there any validity to what's been said? Vocab been on here. I know vocab. We sat down. We over there with the apologists and all of them. We going to dinner. Me and my baby sat down and had dinner with vocab and another. Oh, it was plenty ministers, apologists, everybody inside there. But I sat down and I ain't chopped it up. Me and my baby and vocab and another dude. Another minister, somebody else he was with. Oh, I know a few of them folk. But the question got to be put on the table with the evidence that's out there. Beefing back and forth with Dante and them. You heard what Tayu said. I'll bring up what they said later on about the camps and the camps being the feds putting out bad information. I've been thinking, what was the awakening before the camps came on the scene? There were Israelites that were black before Sammy Davis Jr., before the camps came on the scene. We're going to do some. I got some questions. Call all them smart folk. Y'all got all the answers. Call all them smart folk over here. Shout out to the Elder Green is the Israelite pastor, Pastor Mike. Shout out to Pastor Mike. When we deal with that history, Pastor Mike don't even jump on to deal with that. Call Jay the producer. Jay the producer said, we not historians. Ministers. Well, I'm going to put myself out of here. Van Harris, good to see you. I'm going to put myself out of here. But has the church looked into it? Later on, masters in apologetics. A boss is Lisa Thea. Shout out to June 3 Project. Dr. Vince Bantu. But y'all don't like this blackness. Y'all don't want to deal with the history. So then the elders pressing me. He said, no, it's that Eurocentric thing in Christian. I said, good Lord have mercy. I'm going to play some other stuff first. You can't say y'all can't impress me. Damon Richardson came and he was talking about Wayne State University and all of that stuff. Forever charity. Oh man, my man and them, he hit me, he said, yo, is this a primary source right here? We ain't seen them. Have they answered? Shout out to Vocab. Call Vocab. Has they answered? I got to ask Vocab and them, is there any validity to what they're saying? And then other people came on the scene later on. Doc Reginald Wells, Jim Green Apologetics. What's my other brother name that comes through here all the time that got the that be on with the sister? Oh Lord, he always in here all the time. His name slipped me. His name slipped me. We don't got about a dozen European brothers and sisters around with us over here because they think we on some ignorant racist stuff. The brother that got the YouTube channel. Don't worry, his name gonna come back to me. Let me get on this TikTok. I'm gonna let this play. I got some questions. Ain't nobody think about no racist camps. Ain't nobody think about that nonsense. And you slow folk. I don't want the slow folk today. I'm slow. I don't want to deal with all the slow folk today. Let me see. I got to make sure I ain't mess this thing up. People that's believing, Putin revealed I don't even want to talk to y'all today. This is serious talk because a lot of people, they've been here, they've been around. In light of this talk, this conversation, my mama said I was trying to go find Leo in them. Somebody go find Most Excellent. We talking about dispensationalism, how it fall in line with the scriptures. Nephew, what's good lyrically outspoken? How it fall in line with the scripture. Y'all say what y'all want. My man Black Power, I rouse them. I calls Elder Tim. Yo, come through. You can say what you want. So Elder Tim and Red Sea, they on some, man, this thing is ancient dispensationalism, but my man, these are my other people. Matt them was like, and then y'all see the slides that Leo brought up. Detroit, that's a whole nother thing. But pass the mic from there so I can't talk like I want to talk. Thunder, what's good with you? So Leo, and he came and presented like even the Israelites in the first century, they was on some supersessionism. They was like, yo, the church Israel, we all one. Camps can't talk today. We ain't talking to no camps. We don't need none of that garbage. It's for thinking people today, not them stereotypical people. They don't want to stereotype all Christians, all police officers, all white men. Shout out to Dunamis. Then Dunamis turns around and Dunamis says, y'all forgot that Farrakhan's father was white. Because y'all love saying, Farrakhan said we the people. Farrakhan said we the people. Y'all funny. Y'all funny to me. His father, a whole Edomite. His father, the sea, Yakuda told you the story. So pale-faced Fard Muhammad, light-skinned Elijah Muhammad, light-skinned Farrakhan, light-skinned Wesley Muhammad. Black, what's my man name that was black that died? They had beef with him because he was getting it on. I watch all of this stuff. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all gonna answer some questions. That's all I'm saying. From everything we talked about. Let me call. When Jason Brown and them, man, these dudes, when they be in that barbershop, I tell you, they won. From every Jason Brown was around, from everything that we have discussed, what do y'all think? Brown, Elder Harris, I'm hitting him on the jack. He started talking, he pressing me. He said, what do you think about the movement? You've been around. What do you think about the movement? We done heard nonsense from a whole bunch of them folk. Done came on here talking pure nonsense. But what do you think about the movement in general? And how everything has transpired? Is there any validity at all to what they're saying? Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all ain't going to like. God, like I said, call Jay and them. Call Jay and them want to run down the slaves. Want to run down the slaves and turn the slaves in. Last night he said he wasn't going to touch it. Go find them. I want to talk about some stuff. I think a lot of people, I told y'all we was already back in 90, 91, dealing with Dr. Ben, we the black Jews, beefing with Ethiopian sisters. We not y'all and y'all not us and all of this stuff. Is there any evidence? With all this talking, is there any evidence that anybody was practicing that religion in West Africa? Dispensationalism. Is God going to do something with Israel, and he done through Israel will fulfill their purpose? Let me let some of this play. I done did all that talking. I usually let some other video play whilst people are coming in here. But let me let some of this play for them other dudes, for the feds. We come from a tradition. So last night, I played Phil Donahue and how the actor, what's his name that was black? What's his name that was black? I don't know, not Billy D. One of them, everybody was in love with him back in the days. He played Jesus on Phil Donahue. In 1993, they dropped it 5 years. 1.9 million people on YouTube saw it. Talking about the Blair Underwood. Thank you, Elder. Blair Underwood. 1993, 1.9 million. Y'all don't want to talk about race. Y'all don't want to talk about color. They got their talking points. But we're going to bring a few things out. What was different and what was said from then to some of the stuff that we've heard in the last, let's just deal with the last 2 years. Just with the last 2 years. I think I heard, like I said, I think I heard Dr. Bantu. I think I heard Lisa Fields say, well, there's some validation that, people are claiming Israel. Y'all don't even want nobody saved that's claiming Israel. Ella Green, they already established that, but no. Shout out to Ella Mike. I told y'all, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Pastor Mike said, no, you just claiming you Israel don't mean you're not saved. Go call them people, y'all. Call the people that's been making the videos. That's all we said. Everybody has been talking the same thing that Ella asked me. I'm asking y'all, what do y'all think? Let me let some of this play because we come from a tradition. They can't play no games. Ella said, what's the difference? The difference is when we was dealing with Donahue and them back in the days, oh, there he go. Reddy Brew finna get up out. He finna get blocked right now. Back in the days, the whole church, including Snowden and everybody else, the whole church, everybody saying, yo, we black, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show them original man stuff and everything. Y'all ain't gonna be, boy, don't worry about it. If y'all want to give, y'all gonna give. $, Berean tees. Y'all don't give, but y'all gonna get that original man doctrine. And we was arguing and we was talking ham back in the days. These are black folk. And I told them dudes dealing with this. Whilst the other dude said he was in whatever university he went to when he was in college and he was reading all of that stuff. Boy, I'm up top, but I'm reading too. I'm around them folk too. No, you ain't do nothing yet. But we're going to talk about ham. That's one of the big differences when we start talking about Donahue back in the days and claims that's being made now that the Israelites are saying, Bruce, shout out to Bruce. I know Bruce won this. Shout out to him anyway. I don't care. It is what it is right now. It's Friday. Shout out to Bruce. But they running around here, they're saying that we're Shem. Black folk are Shem, and black folk that came over here were not Hamites, but what you would consider Shemites, original Israelites. That's what they're saying. Elder Green from the gate, when he came on the first day he came on, he said that Christmas tree ain't Jeremiah 10. And he said, I believe that the original, I'm talking about the original, Dr. Brown, what's the other brother name that debated Guerrilla Hebrew? We rides with him. That's a brother in Christ. Not Dr. Brown. Yes, that's Dr. Brown and Professor Henry Abramson. They said, oh, we know the original Jews did not look like that, like the man that was getting it on with Candace Owens. I'm gonna talk about some stuff, but let me let this play. Most of the family, most of the people done came in here, and I ain't even got going good yet. Let me play some of this right now. Where this come from? Them folks say what they want. They can't put their mouth on that church. Boy, we come from a people. We descend from a people. Before y'all say what you want, before Abraham, y'all claiming Abraham descendancy. Before Abraham existed, somebody was building some cities. Somebody was the original man doing something before y'all came on the scene. Let me just say that. Because the thing that's scaring me, some of y'all don't like facts. And I'm going to talk about church folks and facts and what they're saying. I'm going to let some other people come on and talk about what was happening in Europe, what was happening in Africa, and we're going to deal with timelines. If you don't like facts that's established because it bothers you that you got European brothers and sisters, I can't trust you. Facts are facts. I got to accept facts. You should accept facts. But some of y'all, in the name of peace, y'all don't want to accept no facts. Oh, I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about today. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about today. This ain't it's some long-standing people that's been friends and supporters. Y'all may not want to support, but y'all going to have to accept the facts. I know it might hurt you. You might come from another generation, but you're going to have to accept the facts. One thing I love, Elder Green and them, he got all red and yellow, black and white in that congregation. But when he talked that talk, when I try to say the talk and that talk, the facts that's established that y'all may not like. Y'all think Christianity started with America, started with the Vatican, and all this other nonsense that them camps giving y'all. We got to deal with the facts. Fair use. Let's let this play.
Articulate to me why preachers in the African-American tradition would often close their messages with a practice called hooping. He said, Darius, there could be a plethora of places that came from, but what is most likely is it came from Christians who were enslaved in America. But as they were plotting and
now do me a favor. Y'all make sure y'all go tell Jay and the rest of them there was Christians that had a desire to be free. I might touch on slavery in the Old Testament. Because you Israelites talking that talk, y'all had slaves too. And y'all recording your God telling folk how to deal with the slaves. Don't play today. I feel like teaching today. Y'all gonna run around and talk all this stuff. Slavery been existing, but chattel slavery was different. And then y'all coming around here acting like black slaves that were not indentured service, that were slaves or to be perpetual slaves forever, and that's the will of the Father. When Paul spoke in that Bible, he wasn't talking about that devil worship. For context.
And planning.
You smart folk, be comfortable. Well, I got to be comfortable in this. All right. Nat Turner burning in hell. Because he went out here, get the killing folk and carrying on all the killing in the Old Testament. Never mind. I'm going to let this play. We're going to sit back and act simple. Y'all, God ain't called us to this thing to be simple in our thinking, to accept anybody exegeting how they twist up the book and make me subservient. He ain't called us to that.
Potential escape routes. They would have to communicate with those at a great distance messages in a way that the master did not understand. So they would hide the message in a song, and the master would think they were simply singing, but they were communicating before Jesus.
And that ain't deception, that's just wisdom. How we gonna come out of this thing? How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land among these devils? Y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that. Because I think that there's a form. Not everybody, because I don't want the back chat, little mother and them start hitting me. Not everybody, but there's a form of Christianity that want to keep a people down. There is a form of Christianity. The other girl said, if you put your culture, there's a form of Christianity that's established that want to make a people supreme. No, not over here. And we're going to talk about all of it. Some people say, well, I'm tired. I don't want to talk about, listen, the Bible, most of the Bible is talking about the past. Let me just stop right now. Because you slow folks want to dance and sing. And ain't nothing wrong with dancing and singing. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up some dancing. Y'all like dancing and entertainment. We'll get some of you slow folk that. But most of the Bible, when you talk about the cross, when you talk about Paul, when you talk about Epistle, all that is the past. So don't come in here with none of that. None of you trying to be deep and you trying to be spiritual. No, that you colonialize. I know what's in your mind. I know what you're trying to give me and bring me. At the cross, I know the hymns. I love the Lord. I ain't perfect. I love the Lord. I grew up on the hymns, the songs of Zion. Now, I'm watching, Jason Brown, I cannot lie. I'm watching you Pentecostals. After that Corey Minor thing, Corey Minor talking to, what's the other dude name? And you could have thousands of subscribers and not know the Bible. What's the other dude name? They was beefing and Corey brought him on, Smart Christian Channel, brought him on the channel. He interviewed him a couple of days ago. His name gonna come back to me. I'm like, Lord have mercy. These folk got big channels and no book.
Went to the cross.
Y'all saw the lady I played yesterday. That girl said the promises are not fulfilled. And then she's quoting Galatians. I said, what the Father God? Call Rev C and them. Call the theologians and them. She talked about the promises of God. Then she said her promises have not been fulfilled. I said, boy, I'm good messing around with this internet. But before I shut this internet down, y'all gonna just simply admit some things. That's all I want y'all to do.
Satan asked death, death, have you got it?
Thank you, Marcus Watts.
Death said, yeah, I still got it. All night, Friday night, he stayed in the grave. But early Saturday morning, about 9 o'clock, Satan checked with death, said, death, have you got him? Death said, yeah, I still got him here. Late Saturday night, about 10 o'clock, Satan checked with death and said, death, have you got him? Death said, yeah, I still got him here. But early Sunday morning, the earth began to shake. Jesus, Mary's baby. Jesus, the lily of the valley. Jesus, my wheel in the middle of the wheel, got out of the grave with all power in his hands. And when he got up so that you can get up too. I need to know, am I talking to anybody that's on your way up? Well, if you're on your way, don't you wait till the battle's over, but shout right now. Shout like you're coming out. Shout like he's making a way. Shout like he's opening doors. Shout.
Get Jesus deep in your heart. Get Jesus deep in your heart and come up out the lodge. You know, don't make me get on you because you know how the church folk are. That's another thing, you church folk. Everybody is y'all broad, but every Freemason worship Lucifer. Y'all, we're gonna talk today. One thing we finna do is stop the nonsense over here. When you start saying stop the nonsense, this is where the problem comes in with people because y'all like gang. Y'all like broad brushing.
Like a weeping may endure for a night, but joy.
I ain't talking about that tax or hoax yet because my church people get mad when we start talking about y'all got some things from Catholicism and the tax hoax. He was a Freemason. He left and went back to the church. He was back and forth. Then he turned around and made up a whole big lie. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that. It's hard to talk to you folk. Somebody else said he did that video. You make it sound like you love Freemasons. No, we exposing the lies. I forgot the Christians ain't never lied. The Vatican ain't never lied. Y'all see it hard. Y'all got so much Holy Ghost. Y'all see it hard to talk about slavery in the church. Dunamis told y'all, not just the Catholic Church. Protestants were involved in slavery. Y'all can't, there's something inside of y'all. There's some black folk that had slaves all in South Carolina. There's something inside of y'all that y'all don't want it.
Joy is coming in the morning. Got a feeling everything is gonna be all right. Jesus done told me everything is gonna be all right. Do I have a witness here that knows he'll take what the enemy meant for evil and he'll work it for your good sooner or later.
Listen, y'all can say what y'all want. The enemy meant that slavery for evil, but God turned it around. Now, those folks said, God brought us over here. How long, Brown? How long did we talk about the 400-year prophecy? How long did we talk about that?
He'll turn it in my favor. It's time.
Because y'all could tell me what y'all noticed. I noticed from back when we was getting it on back in the days, Phil Donahue, Kawanza, Kunjufu, you can say what y'all want. Bishop McKinley. Shout out to everybody that came up out of Elam. Not playing. They dealing with the original man. They ain't playing no games with these other folk. He said 2 years. Have things been answered in your opinion, Brown? Have things been answered? Have things been settled? I know Galatians and the law and the nonsense with a bunch of what the most Israelites come through here. They've been talking nonsense. Nonsense on the nature of nonsense. We got to call it for what it is. But is there any validity at all to the claims? Don't make me pull up Dr. Bantu, the bosses in urban apologetics. Don't make me bring up Lisa Fields. That they said, well, after considering the thing, they believe that some people that came over here, some claims were made. Because the simple want to shut it down. The simple think urban apologists in the church done shut it down. We spent the whole year trying to separate the moderates from the camps and all this other nonsense. They tried, the other brother said, well, the camps probably made up that fake video, that deep state video with Putin and the black icons, little noses and little lips. He said the camps probably did that, but we ain't never found. Remember, we ain't never found Richard Katz, y'all, but that don't mean nothing. Folk lied. How many of y'all haven't lied since you believed on the Lord? So we're gonna put the lie, we're gonna put that down. That's still a lie. We're not simple over here. That's still a lie, but in light of everything, that's all we're saying. Do they have some valid points? That's all we're saying. That's all we're asking. Can't nobody even ask y'all nothing. Y'all so deep in Jesus. Y'all so deep at the cross. Y'all gonna act like you said. You heard other homegirls say, oh, that's been thoroughly debunked. I said, what they listening to? Don't do that, y'all.
Turn it around for me. I gotta get out of here. But before I go, can we have a little old school church? Will you engage in a prophetic gesture if you believe that God's getting ready to turn it around? I want you to turn around in a circle, because God is getting ready to turn my joy around. God's getting ready to turn my peace around. God's getting ready to turn my life around. God's getting ready to turn my situation around. If you believe it, say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say yes. Yeah. No, he's all right.
That's how they close in church. You see that crowd? Don't let folk fool you. Don't let them lies fool you. Where Ant get that number from? Ant said IURC only had 9,000. I'm gonna tell y'all why I think they're the feds. Why I think these police running around here. But before we get into that, I want y'all to just help me out. Now, that's Dante, that's Jude 3. I don't want that. This is what I want. This is what I want right here. Call them other people, y'all. Call them other people, because we talk about people born in sin and what happened. Jason Brown, I asked them certain things because the occult world teaches one thing and Bible believers teach another. I've been asking questions. I told those guys, I said, you ain't got the answers. Y'all ain't got all the answers. I know y'all think y'all know everything. So I'm going to start right here, Brown. I'm going to start right here. Did God, deity God, the Lord Jesus Christ, and we're not oneness for you folk with that nonsense. Did God create this? Oh, I'm going to take y'all somewhere today.